Hey Josh,
Yeah?
I got a question.
Sure.
What was the point of this movie?
I don't know, Corey. It just pained me.
First of all, we hope you guys had an amazing Thanksgiving. I know that we did.
I don't want to eat at all ever again.
Today is Fan Friday, so we're going to review your pick.
Woo!
And again, you did horribly.
You made... I put the actors in there to let you know which movies you were supposed to pick.
And
Jack Black? No! In this black comedy inspired by real-life events, Texas mortician Bernie befriends a small town's wealthiest widow and then kills her. But despite the suspicious nature of death, nobody suspects Bernie to be the killer.
Let's start this out with plot. Here's the thing, when it first opened up,
I don't even know how to explain it.
he starts out, because he's a mortician, and he starts out teaching how to embalm, basically, dead people.
Here's the thing. It's a dark comedy because it's almost a comedy about death. I like dark comedies. I think that they're kind of funny sometimes to a certain degree. But if you take it too far, it suddenly becomes offensive and wrong.
Right. I'm not a huge fan of dark comedies. I never have been. But I was hoping something good, because here's what I think. I think Jack Black, for what he took for this character, did a good job. Do I think that Jack Black's a great actor? Not necessarily.
I've never been a fan of you, Jack Black.
I think, now you have to understand, we hate this movie.
Yeah.
This was one of his best performances as a character.
Which says a lot. The director of this movie was just trying too hard.
Yeah.
It was trying to be too many different things. I mean, Jack Black was singing so much in this movie, it could have been put as a musical.
He sang a lot.
A drama, a musical, a dark comedy, a romance.
I put on Facebook, basically, that the director didn't know what direction to take this, and it literally seemed like that. If they didn't make it, since Jack Black's in it, a comedy, it might have worked better. I doubt it, because I don't think he was the right actor for it.
None of the actors were right for it. There were two big-name actors, Jack Black and...
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey, you just watched, like, the oldest Texas film of all time.
And just did it.
And just decided to mock that to the point of your character was a joke. Howdy! I'm gonna go and arrest the murderer of the crime.
Yeah, and they were like, they're in Texas. They were so stereotyping Texans.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's easy to do. I just showed how easy it is to do.
Right.
But Matthew McConaughey, have some dignity.
I thought it was unique that they used documentary footage. They used, like, fake interviews with people. I thought that would happen, like, throughout the whole film, but it went from documentary back to Jack Black playing his character, back to documentary, back to Jack Black playing his character, then that's it, the rest of it.
The most interesting part that me and Corey found out about this movie was the end, when you find out that Jack Black actually met the real Bernie to figure out how to play the character. That was the most interesting thing to see.
And my first thought was, why could we just not bring a film crew inside the jail and talk to Bernie and have a documentary about Bernie? I'd watch that. Bernie's interesting. Yeah.
He's almost like a sociopath, except he's just a legitimate nice guy.
The whole reason he killed her is because, as the movie said,
she was oppressive.
Right.
We were sitting there watching the movie, and I just look over at Corey, I'm like, whoa. Is this what marriage is like? I mean, I feel like I just watched the stupidest movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I've watched some stupid movies.
It was pretty bad. I felt like it could have had potential, but it, like, did nothing for it. Like, it didn't even try. It really didn't.
We didn't even know what to think about it.
Improvements.
Stop trying to be everything. Be a documentary, be a documentary. If you want to be a dark comedy, be a dark comedy, but don't include documentary footage type.
I agree.
I was just confused.
Yeah, I was too.
This movie would have been a lot... I mean, I can watch Jack Black. Matthew McConaughey, I have no idea what other movies you've been in. But I can watch you, and I would enjoy your character. I mean, if this was just labeled dark comedy, and you mocked Sheriff of Texas, I would understand. As it looked like a documentary footage,
right?
You have to be realistic.
I think my improvements on it, and Josh said it a lot of times during the film, it was very, very redundant. It said the same thing over again. We get the point that everybody in the town loved Bernie. You didn't have to push that the whole film.
You could have just given, like, a couple interviews at the beginning.
Yeah.
Just to show how stable he was in the community and what he did, and then just show a couple scenes later.
The whole film was a I love Bernie fest. That's all it was. And then at the end, when, like, he was convicted, you start to think, this guy's gonna get off. He's gonna get off. But he murdered somebody. Like, it doesn't matter how nice you are. Guess what? A lot of serial killers were really nice, too. You know what I mean? Like, he still did it.
I guess it says something for your character when you go to court. But, yeah. I mean, I know I keep saying it, but I was just confused. Please vote on better movies next week.
That's pretty much it for this review. I'll give it a quick rating. 1.
I'm giving it a 1.
It was bad. It was pretty horrible.
We feel like we wasted our time.
So, vote on something better next week. We'll see you next time on Netflix Critics. Have a great one.
Bye.
Bye. I know, it's so
wiggly.
It wiggles so much like Bernie. Aaron, this Friday, so we have to make it pretend like we already had Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. They're going to put this in the bloopers. Oh, I'm so full for Thanksgiving.
Like, first of all, happy Thanksgiving. Or no, wait. First of all, hope you had an awesome Thanksgiving.